It's time to talk about it. What's next for Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears? That's the burning question, I think, right now. And it's a couple different things I want to talk about with this topic, but I'm going to start off with Justin Fields because from everything that I've seen Fields. Now, I don't know Fields personally, but I've seen him grow up from basically high school to college to now, from everything with the Chicago Bears, Ohio State, playing in Georgia from high school, Elite 11. So now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, understand with the sports media and media in general, not even sports media, because you're probably saying I'm in sports media. I'm talking about sports right now in a media platform, but I'm looking at it and I'm saying, regardless of what Justin Fields would have said, regardless of the full context, saying he's feeling robotic, it's a lot of things going on in his ear. And I don't feel like he particularly tried to blame coaching. I think it was an addition and he got a little comfortable, forgot where he was a little bit. You're talking to the media, you're not talking to a teammate, you're not talking to a coach. Can't say certain things to the media because they take it and they run with it faster than Usain Bolt. But the thing that I see is that when he said some of those things, and I say regardless because regardless of anything he said, the only word people heard that day, coaching. So I don't care if you're feeling robotic. I don't care if you're feeling like, you don't like the play calls, some of the passing concepts. You want more quarterback design runs. You want some different things within the offense. You want different checks when you get out of the huddle. They don't care about that. All they heard was coaching. And that is the problem. Because even if you didn't feel like it was you, Fields, just say it was you. Just take the quarterback route, be the face of the franchise guy, and put the blame on yourself. And understand now, I'm not trying to give Fields a cop-out. I'm not saying that it's all on Luke Getsy, even though when we talk about some of the things with the film, when everyone has already saw the film, we understand the play calling is not flowing efficiently. But Justin Fields is adding to some of this. He's a part of the problem right now, and it's only week 2. I want to say that. But can Fields get it together? We're going to have to see it. And what I really feel is that, like I said, when you hear coaching and you run with that, now Justin Fields found himself in a hole. And it's really, really hard once you get in that hole to try to backpedal out of it. Now you see him in the locker room. He's saying some different things. He's saying, somebody probably texted him or tapped him on the shoulder. Hey, I don't think you should have said that. I don't think you should have added coaching in that. Hey, maybe you felt like, you got a little too comfortable. Forgot where you are a little bit. This is a press conference. Everyone's going to see this. You can't have coaching in your quote. So now I talk about what's next for Fields, for Getsy, Eberflus, Ryan Poles, everybody really on the team. And I think that you're going against the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday. That's a really big matchup. Now understand, this is one of the best defenses that the Kansas City Chiefs have ever had. So it's a tough match. And I don't think realistically that no one is truly picking the Chicago Bears right now. And this is not a knock to Chicago. This is more that saying the Kansas City Chiefs, they're here and they're to be respected. We just saw what they did to Jacksonville. Even though they lost in week 1, still played a dominant performance against a team that's also pretty good in the Detroit Lions. Now, when I come back to it, I'm looking at it and saying, okay, how can we get out of this? How can we get away from the media, get back to everyone that's in our locker room, our set of guys, if you're talking about the Chicago Bears? How can Justin Fields connect with a Darnell Mooney, a Chase Claypool, a DJ Moore, some of those guys in the room, and understand that with the offensive line, still building that continuity. Luke Getsy still working on some things with Justin Fields in year 3, trying to take that leap. Get out of the media. All of those things, I understand you have to say what you have to say. You have to do the team media, but don't say anything that people are going to take and run with when you're already struggling just a little bit in those first 2 weeks. Now, I'm thinking that the best case scenario and what you want to see against the Kansas City Chiefs, you want this to be a team that goes in there and competes and fights their tail off. That's Roschon Johnson. That's Khalil Herbert. That's Deonta Foreman. That's everybody in the backfield. That's the receiving core. That's the tight ends. Cole Kmetz. We're looking at everybody. Braxton Jones is out. Next man up. Nate Davis. You didn't play well in week 1. Step back up. Get into that role. Do some of those things. Darnell Wright. Everyone. It's a collective unit. And talking about the defense, it's a collective unit as well. Next man up. It has to be that mentality. Because even if you don't beat the Kansas City Chiefs, you want to fight and you want to put up a good score. You want to put up a good score. You want to play defense. You want to do everything you possibly can do, because now we're saying, okay, this is a team that when the media is against them, when everyone's trying to build collusion and corrosion within our locker room, within the team, with Justin Fields, with Luke Getsy, everyone's trying to do that. Not on our watch. And once you see that from a team, you understand you have somewhere to go. Now, understand 2 things can be true. Because if that doesn't work, you have to start looking at some scenarios and some possibilities, some really tough possibilities of things that can happen outside of getting back on track, outside of things really locking in within the culture. Because now I looked at the Chicago Bears and I look at some of the other things, and I'm looking at the landscape of college football. I'm looking at the free agency markets. I'm looking at the drafts. It's a world where Justin Fields is playing for his future in Chicago. And, I think a lot of Chicago Bears love Justin Fields. I love Justin Fields just from the Ohio State to now to seeing him in high school and everything. But one thing I'll say is that there are some dogs, some real dogs in college football. And the three that I'm going to name right now, that's Michael Penix Jr., that's Shedeur Sanders, that's Caleb Williams. That's just three guys off of the top. That's not even talking about Jaden Daniels. That's not even talking about Bo Nix, some of the other names within that realm. But the thing that I'll say is that if it falls off the walls with Luke Getsy, and like I said, it's part Justin Fields, it's part Luke Getsy, what we're seeing from the offensive struggles. If it falls off the rails, you have 2 first-round picks. You have your own first-round pick, then you have the Carolina Panthers first-round pick. Now, I'm not saying blow it up and draft Caleb Williams and try to get Marvin Harrison Jr. That's not what I'm saying, but it is a possibility. It is a possibility to go out there and get a Caleb Williams or Shedeur Sanders or a Michael Penix Jr. and then get a Jared Verse and then get a Dallas Turner. Some of those prominent edge rushers in college football. That is a possibility. Now, like I said, I'm not saying anything to be true right now because it's week 2. But you got to look at some of these things if things don't turn the corner, if things don't turn back around. And I'm thinking about it as, okay, even if you go get a quarterback, even if you reset it, you deal Fields or you do some different things, you just look somewhere else at the quarterback position because they considered it this offseason. Remember with the Bryce Young, do we want to draft Bryce? Do we want to draft CJ? Do we want to trade this pick? Really? Do we really want to get DJ Moore? And they were sold on it. They bought all in on Justin Fields. And you can talk about the process. You could say maybe you shouldn't have spent that money at linebacker. You could say maybe you should have went and got a prominent defensive end, defensive tackle. Even though I think Gervon and Zach Pickens will be good for Chicago, that's just things that you could hypothetically say. You could say, okay, maybe I like the weapons, but it could have been someone else. It could have been a different guy. You could have kept David Montgomery. These are just different types of possibilities and scenarios that you could look at. So, when I'm talking about that, and I say you could trade back, you could get something in 2024. Nick Singleton, Harold Perkins Jr. It's a lot of different things you look at, or you go get a star. Or you say, you know what? Brian Burns wants a contract. You know what? Some of these other guys want contracts. Some of these running backs won't get paid. Some of these receivers, a la Mike Evans, won't get paid, and you're looking elsewhere. It's 2 things that could be true. This could turn the corner or it can go the ways in which I just talked about. It's up to the Chicago Bears to prove to us and to prove to everyone. What will they do? Like I said, Justin Fields, I believe in him. I've saw all of the film. I've saw week 1 and week 2. I see the play calls. I see how he's dropping back in the pocket. He's looking methodical. He doesn't have great pocket presence right now. I see it all. I'm understanding that. But I want to know you. I want to know Chicago Bears fans, football fans in general. Let me know down below in the comments. What are you thinking right now? What's next for Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears? Or what's next for the Chicago Bears without a Justin Fields? Let me know that down below in the comments. I think it's a burning question, and I think I made my points in which I wanted to make. That's going to do it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching. And now,